Welcome everybody to another FYI webinar with PALCUS. It's the first in our 2020 series, so thank you for joining us. Our webinar today is about the Portuguese Connection Portuguese Language School in Lisbon, and I'm really excited because I think they have something really special and unique here, and there is a special benefit for PALCUS members. You'll have to wait till the end of the webinar to hear about it, but I really love what they're doing, and I think that everybody in our community needs to know about it and send their kids to school here. So as soon as Aurelia is old enough, I'll be sending her off to the school. Anyway, so our presenter is Marco Souza, and I'll introduce him in a second. But first, we do use the Zoom console. Everybody is on mute. If you have a question, if you look at the bottom of your Zoom console, there's a little chat button. You can type your question to me and I will ask it to Marco, and then he will answer as part of the webinar. So without further ado, Marco, you are the director of the Portuguese Connection Language School, and we are so happy to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Angela. So can I start?
Yeah,
Perfect.
Go right ahead. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. So as Angela said, Portuguese Connection is a Portuguese language school based in Lisbon. We are located in Lisbon, in the city center. We specialize in the teaching of Portuguese to foreigners. But first, I want to tell you or to give you some numbers about the importance of the Portuguese language in the world. So Portuguese language is the fifth most spoken language in the world, with around 260 million native speakers in 4 different continents. You can continue, Angela. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, I see there was a little animation there. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the one interesting fact is that Portuguese language is one of the main languages online. So for around 4% of all the internet users are Portuguese speakers. So we are talking about the 5th most used language online. I didn't even know that. It's a very strong number, which tell us the importance of Portuguese online as well. Regarding the content, the languages, the content languages used for websites, Portuguese language comes on the 7th place, which means that 2.6% of all the content, online content, is written in Portuguese language. More than 50% of the online content is written in English, which is perfectly normal, but Portuguese language is still has its own place, and it's still important in terms of content, online content.
That's pretty great. That's amazing.
Yeah. So here, the point is to show you in 5-6 points the importance of the Portuguese language. So besides the number of native speakers, Portuguese language is also a gateway to learn other Latin languages such as Spanish, French, and Italian. Once you learn Portuguese, it will be easier to learn, for instance, Spanish. I can tell you that I never learned Spanish in my life, and I can speak Spanish and understand it, and understand everything. And you can ask me why. Portuguese language is probably the most difficult Latin language in terms of pronunciation. So this is why we understand the Spanish here, our neighbors, right? But they struggle to understand us. So when we can see here in the school, every time we have a student that doesn't know Spanish before starting learning Portuguese, once the students, once they learn Portuguese language, they can easily pick up Spanish. So this is very important, because Spanish is a very strong language and very important in the world as well. Regarding French, Of course, Portuguese is not so close to French as it's close to Spanish, but still the structure is there. And in my case as well, I learned French, a little bit of French, but I understand most of it, and I can speak on a basic level, and it's pretty great. Italian, we can communicate with Italians. Of course, if you don't study Italian and if you speak Portuguese, you still need to learn Italian, but it will help you a lot if you want to learn Italian. Portuguese language is spoken in countries with high economic, at the moment, with high economic growth rates. Of course, Brazil at the moment is not passing through the best moments, but it's a very strong country with a big economy. Portuguese is spoken also in 5 African countries, and also in 2 countries in Asia. And one also, I think that it's important to mention that the Portuguese language was the language with the 3rd biggest growth in the US between 2009 and 2014, despite not being one of the most important languages for the Americans. It's still the demand of Portuguese has been growing in the last years.
You know, one other point you can add to this slide in the future, Marco, is that the U.S. has identified Portuguese as a strategic language for national security. So so the NSA actually has identified Portuguese as one of those languages that's important for people to know as a part of national security. Isn't that pretty cool? Yeah,
pretty cool. Yeah, of course. Perfect. Regarding the school, so what we offer, as I said, we have a wide range of Portuguese courses, Portuguese language courses for adults. Our teaching method is based on communication. We work all the language skills since from the very beginning, the speaking, the listening, the writing, and the reading. But we always focus our lessons on communication. The lessons are done in Portuguese. I can tell you that imagine a total beginners group. The teacher only speaks Portuguese since from the first lesson, and the students can follow the lesson without any problems because the teachers have techniques and they have a degree in this teaching. Fortunately, the learning results have been amazing. We have students here that after 3-4 weeks they are already speaking Portuguese, not fluently, but they can understand. They can have a conversation, and they can survive outside in the real world. They can go to a coffee shop and ask for a coffee and order some everything anything that they want. They can survive after 2-3 weeks. They can already survive outside, which is awesome, considering that they start from the scratch, and sometimes they don't have any previous knowledge of a Latin language. If they have if they speak already Spanish, of course, after 3 weeks they can communicate in Portuguese without any problem. Okay, we can move on. Regarding certifications, we are an accredited, certified school by the Ministry of Education of Portugal. This happened because we are a 5-year-old school, and we are a certified school after the 3rd year. Okay, so we got the certification because here in Portugal sometimes things can take too long. So it was a long process, a lot of bureaucracy as well. But after 3 years of our foundation, we got the certification. We also we are also certified by the Ministry of Education of Germany. So every year, a German employee can can get uh, can get 2 weeks of holidays extra to learn a new language abroad, and those holidays are paid by the government. So we needed a special certification by the Ministry of Education of Germany to receive German students every year that come under this program, which is really strange to pronounce. It's Bildungsurlaub, and yeah, it was also an important achievement for us. And we are also under an evaluation process of Instituto de Camões, which is the institution here in Portugal responsible for promoting the language, the Portuguese language around the world. So we are still under the evaluation process, but I think that we will become an associated school of Instituto Camões, which is amazing considering that there are just 2 schools at the moment in Portugal, and these associated schools started in, I think that 30 years ago, and there are just 2, and if we become the 3rd, it will be also a very important achievement for us. Regarding numbers in terms of students, our students come mainly from Europe, which is logic. We have a lot of Americans, as you can see on the graphic, but we taught Portuguese to more than 120 different nationalities so far, which is something in just in 5 years. It's huge. It's a lot. I think that this growth of the demand of Portuguese language has to do also with the fact that Portugal is becoming more popular, and with the growth of the tourism as well. So it's helping the growth of the language as well. Regarding ages, as I said in the beginning, we are a Portuguese school for foreigners, for adults. We have students of all ages, mainly from 20 to 30 years old, but we have students with 50 years old, with 60 years old, and also younger students. The minimum age that we accept is 16 years old. Okay, so the students have to be over 15 years old. But it works very well. This mixture of different ages works very well, and I think that all the students from different ages, they all benefit of being together in a class. And regarding the classes, we have different types of lessons. We have immersion courses here in Lisbon. The immersion courses, we are talking about classes every day, usually the whole morning from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. They can even add the students can even add private classes in the afternoon. So the point is to be here to learn the language, to focus on learning the language as much fast as possible. So in the afternoon, the students have activities, but I'll explain later. So it's a mix between language in the morning and cultural activities in the afternoon. We also have courses that combine language classes in the morning and cultural activities in the afternoon, such as surfing, painting, wine activities such as wine tastings, wine workshops, wine tours, and gastronomy related activities. It's up to the student to choose. We also organize a summer course in August, It's a full package that includes 2 weeks of intensive group lessons in the morning, and the accommodation is also included, and also a wide range of cultural activities. It's a lot of fun. The students are here just to study the language and to have and to spend a good moment, a good time here in Lisbon. It's a lot of fun, as I said. It's a very good course. We also offer online lessons, Skype lessons, one-to-one lessons. So the students don't have to come to Lisbon to study with us. We have a lot of students throughout the world learning the language with us, and some of them they come to Portugal. Some others they cannot come to Portugal, but they can continue online. And some of them also they start online with online lessons. They come to Lisbon for an immersion course to speed up the learning, and then when they are back to their countries, they continue online. We also offer Portuguese for professionals. Imagine if a doctor wants to learn the language, but wants to focus on the technical language of medicine. Of course, we can prepare the license according to that. Then we of course we have Portuguese license specifically for the expats, but this is not so important for this presentation. And we are about to close a partnership with an online platform. It's like a Duolingo, but for Portuguese with Portuguese, European Portuguese. Okay, so because Duolingo, I think that only offers Brazilian Portuguese. So we are about to close a partnership with this online platform. So it's exclusive. The conditions and the discounts that our students will benefit from this partnership are exclusive for Portuguese Connection students. As I said, we try to teach the language. We teach the language while showing our culture, and this is very important for us. For us to learn a language is not only lessons in a classroom. No, I think that the students have to go out to practice the language in the real world. And the best way to do it is to do cultural activities, and while they are learning and practicing the language outside in Lisbon, they are also having fun and getting to know the Portuguese culture and history. So we have a lot of cultural activities. They can do surfing. They can visit some spots in the city, tours. They can even go to the ocean to watch the dolphins. There's a lot of things: wine tastings, gastronomy activities. So the point is to show our culture, our history, while they are learning the language, and it's the best way, in my opinion. Let's move on.
Sorry, I didn't know those were little
no worries,
additions.
Yeah. So for those who want to come to Lisbon to study here in the school with us, we can also organize the accommodation. We can also help the students finding the best accommodation. They can stay in host families. We have a network of host families in the city center. In my opinion, it's a very good way to get fast learning results, because the students, once they are here with us in the school, they are in the classes, they are attending the activities, so they are practicing the language. But when they arrive home in the evening, they can continue doing that. So because all our host families, they speak only in Portuguese with the students, and also the point is the host families to show a little bit of our culture to the students. So I think it's a very, very good way to get the most of their time here in Lisbon. For those who want to stay in another kind of accommodations, we can also provide private apartments, shared apartments, student residences. It's up to the student to choose the best accommodation, and we will find the best accommodation for the students. Fortunately, we have very good feedback from our students. I don't have this number here in this presentation, but last year, so you can have an idea, 80% of our students evaluated our courses as very good. Okay, the rest of the students they evaluated as good. So it's very good. The feedback is very good. We have hundreds. Yes, it's hundreds of testimonials from people from all around the world. It says here amazing testimonials from 70 countries around the world, but this number is higher at the moment already. But in terms of number of testimonials, you can check online on our website, and you will find a lot of testimonials. The students like to comment and to describe their experience here in the school. We are not talking about short testimonials. We are talking about long testimonials. You can move on to the next slide, just to tell you that if you search online, for instance, if you go on Google and search learn Portuguese in Portugal, or learn Portuguese in Lisbon, or Portuguese school in Portugal, or Portuguese school in Lisbon, we are on the first place. So with a 4.9 rate, which is very, very good, and we are the top rated school in Portugal at the moment. Our team is we are a young but very talented team, in my opinion. All of us we have a degree. In my case, I have a degree in economics, but all the teachers, they have a degree, at least a bachelor degree in the teaching of Portuguese to foreigners. But I think actually at the moment, all the teachers of Portuguese Connection, they have at least a master degree in the teaching of Portuguese to foreigners. And this is very, very important. All the teachers, once they start working with us, they pass through a training process of around 3-4 weeks, so they can get to know our teaching method, so they can also see how the school works. So when we feel that the teacher is ready to start giving classes here at Portuguese Connection, they can start giving classes. So this is very important for us, and this will give us the confidence, and also we will be sure that the teacher is ready, and that the work and the teaching will be good. Yeah, so here we have our contacts. Our website is learnportugueseinlisbon.com. If you have any questions, just let me know.
That's awesome. There's so many things I love about the program that you have created here, Marco. I think the variety of courses, so it gives people the option to do individual, plus group, or group only, but then doing the activities throughout the city, to your point, it makes the experience so much more enjoyable, and you get to practice the Portuguese. And then I think you also just get to appreciate the language and context of the culture. So I think that's so important. And so I love everything that you guys are doing here.
Thank you very much.
We do have one question,
Yeah.
which is if someone takes courses through Portuguese Connection, do they get some sort of certificate? And is there any way that they can have that course count towards their existing schooling?
Regarding the certificate, yes, since we are a certified school, all our students, when they end their courses here in our school, they get a certificate at the end of the course. It's up to the students to do a final test. A final test. If the student doesn't want to do the test, we won't. It's fine for us. So, but if the student doesn't do the test, the student will get a certificate, a diploma of frequency instead of conclusion of the level. You know what I mean? So it's different. So to get at the end a certificate of completion of the level, the student needs to do the test. In terms of your second question, sorry.
If the credit that they can it apply towards their existing schooling, right? Can they?
No, because we are a private school. The only if we were a public school, it would happen, right? But since we are a private school, no, it's impossible. Even university credits, only the universities here in Portugal can offer that. How you call it? How do you call it in English? UTs or uni.
I don't know the actual name, but it's basically allowing units to transfer over.
Yeah, units to transfer, but it's not possible. We tried already we contacted our Ministry of Education, but no, their answer was no. It's only public schools or universities.
Got it. Okay, well, it's good to know. I mean, it's still a great learning experience.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have any other, actually, we do have one other question, sorry. So based on the different courses that you showed us, it looked like it was someone can come for a week, they could come for a month, they could come they can kind of create their own program, right? However long they want. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. So the immersion courses, the student books as many weeks as the student wants. Okay. So yeah, it's up to students. So the minimum number of length is 1 week, but we have students here doing 1 month, 2 weeks, and students doing 1 year.
Oh wow!
Yeah, amazing. We have at the moment 3 students doing 1 year of classes, and 1 is American. Amazing. So at the end, they will be fluent in Portuguese.
So I imagine that in that situation, they might be working over there or going to school, and so then taking language classes as a supplement, or
no.
They just I'm going for a year
to study the language. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Usually these students that book for a year, they come from Asia, and because they think, and it is true. For them, it takes more time to learn the language. Imagine someone from China that doesn't even speak English. So in the beginning, it's really hard. We have to use a lot of images. So the learning pace is much slower.
Got it.
Okay. It's much slower. So usually the students that book for 1 year, they come from, they don't know English, so they just speak their native language. So yeah, the progress is much slower, but it doesn't make any sense for someone that comes from Europe or even from the US. I think usually the students they book, imagine 3 months, right, and then they see how it goes, and they feel that they need more time, more classes, they continue. once until they reach their goals.
Interesting. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's the end of our questions for now. So I'll just let's see if we have any more. But I
And
wanted
it's quite
Go ahead.
just sorry to add this. I just wanted to, in terms of the start dates, we have all the levels starting almost every Monday. Okay, so usually the students can start almost every Monday. If there is a Monday or a certain week where it's not possible to start, for sure the student will be able to start on the week after, on the week before, you know what I mean? So our classes, our immersion classes, they are quite flexible. This is why we have a lot of students that they book, imagine 3 months of intensive lessons, and then they can even stop. They can, because they are constantly traveling, and so they do 2 weeks in a row, and then they stop for 1 week, and then they come back for 3 or 4 more weeks, and then they stop for 2 weeks. So they keep doing breaks in between.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, I mean, if that works for them, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
it's a good way to demonstrate the flexibility of the program.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to announce that we have partnered with Portuguese Connection to offer a discount to PALCUS members, which you can see here that for the actual physical classes held in Lisbon, there's a 10% discount on group classes and then a 5% discount on private lessons, so one-on-one lessons. And then for online packages, if you book a package of 20 online lessons, you get 1 free. And then if you book a package of 30 online lessons, you get 2 free. So nice little perk for PALCUS members. If you just go online and you reserve and purchase the classes, use the promo code PALCUS, just put it right in, and the discount will apply. So thank you, Marco, for partnering with us on this. I think it's gonna it's just one more benefit to our members, which is great. And hopefully more people will take advantage and start learning Portuguese. And I know we're working on some other aspects of the partnership as well that hopefully we'll announce in a little while. But really happy to have established this, and we're excited to be working with you.
Thanks for the invitation, Angela. It was the pleasure was all mine. Thank you very much.
I also just wanted to highlight for everybody, since we are talking about learning Portuguese language, wanted to make sure that people knew about some education resources that we have. We have 2 Facebook pages. One is Info for Portuguese Students, where we post information about schools here in the United States that offer Portuguese language programs, internship programs, scholarships that exist for Portuguese students, anything and everything that a student of Portuguese descent should know and that could help them. We have it on this page. So if you are a student, please go to this page and like it. If you are a parent or an adult and you have a student in your life, whether it's a niece, nephew, friend, godchild, anything, please make them aware of this page, because we post information every day. And then once you've gone to Portuguese Connection and learned Portuguese and you want to utilize your language skills in a job, we run a jobs page called Jobs for Portuguese Speakers, where again, every day we are posting jobs that are from Indeed, ZipRecruiter, Monster.com, all the different job sites that are posting jobs that require Portuguese language as one of the skills. And so that you can see that there is a direct benefit to having Portuguese as a skill, the Portuguese language. So I want to make sure everybody is aware of that. And then, we do have an internship program, summer internship program, a scholarship program. We have a list of schools on our site. We have a list of exchange programs and study abroad programs on our site. So I encourage everybody to go to the PALCUS website, click on our programs and down to education and culture. And you will see all of these programs listed here, and you can check it out and see what you're missing. So with that, I think we already addressed the questions. All of our webinars are posted on our website and on our YouTube channel. So please share the channel, share the videos with your friends and family. It's free. It's a resource for our community, and it's up to us to spread the word. It's up to all of us out there to spread the word. So please do so. If you are interested in sponsoring a webinar, we would love to speak with you, because we get thousands of views on our webinars. We've reached over 10,000 people already. So please contact us at palcus@palcus.org if you'd like to sponsor an upcoming webinar. And with that, I will say thank you again, Marco.
Thank
It's
you.
been great. Thank you everybody for attending. And until next time, have a great day. Thank you.